Good afternoon, Gills fans. Welcome back to Gills in the Blood TV for another match day live. It is FA Cup first round weekend. Myself and Dave is back today for this one as we take on Hartlepool. It is very early. It's only about 20 to 2, so there is no team news. We are en route in the sunshine to the factory for a drink, and then we will get in the ground, bring you some team news and footage as it happens.
I love putting it in the road.
Just sat down in the midway stand, different views for us today. Team news is in, Dave, full strength.
Absolutely.
A little bit surprising. I thought there might have been one or two changes, but can't say Steve Lovell's not taking it seriously.
No, absolutely. I thought we were just talking maybe Parker, List, might get a run.
Maybe.
Parrott, maybe, yeah, absolutely. Might be 3 or 4.
Zach Wiley might have got a rest, you said as well, didn't you?
Absolutely, but fair play to Lovell, continuity. You know, he clearly now thinks this is his best team.
Yeah, the only one you might say would be maybe Bingham for Ogilvy if he was fully fit. But yeah, it seems to we're pretty much close to it now in terms of he knows that he's picking 11 from probably 12 or 13, which is his strongest 11. Score prediction?
I think we'll win comfortably. 3-0. Hartlepool missing, as you were saying, a couple of centre halves, but we're in good form recently, and I think that will continue today.
Yeah, so I said 3-1, but then I was basing that on maybe a slightly changed 11. So, but I thought I don't think Blackpool was an awful performance. It was just one of them days where I think if we played for 3 months, it wouldn't have gone in. And credit to Blackpool, they took the one proper chance that they had. And it was one of them nights where it just wouldn't drop for us, and they took their big chance, and we missed ours right at the end. So, but the 2 before that were really good. Especially second half against Bradford, and I thought for 90 minutes against Fleetwood.
What do you reckon the score today? 3-1.
Minutes gone. It's been a fairly decent start from us.
Yeah, kept the ball quite nicely. No real chances as such, but both been saying Mark Burns had an excellent start in the midfield.
Yeah, he's been really good. Pinched it a couple of times, a couple of good headers defensively.
Moved the ball along as well, keeps the ball.
Max Amar as well, a couple of really good balls to spread play and switch it quickly out to the far side. And yeah, it's been a decent start, to be fair.
Just got to create a couple of chances.
Yeah, it'd be nice, yeah. There's a chance here. He's might be in here actually. It's probably going to run through to the keeper. But yeah, no, we've started all right. 13 minutes gone, 0-0.
You're a disgrace!
Wow, that's a bit much.
Come on, boys, go
Half-time here at the Midway Priestfield, 0-0 between Gills and Hartlepool, and in truth, after a bright 10 minutes, Dave, it quickly descended into a quite poor performance, unfortunately.
Yeah, we were saying it's got the feel of a checker trade or a pre-season friendly about it. It just lack of movement up front. You know, other than I think maybe Byrne
and the three centre halves for me.
Yeah.
That's been about it.
Fuller and Ema and Zakwani, it's been very poor. Just not keeping the ball.
Tom Eaves and Brandon Allen, I feel sorry for. They spent most of their time just looking at the ball sail over their head both ways. Darren Oldacre is trying to make things happen, but he's having one of them days where he keeps it in their player. But it's just,
Charles Cook as well.
he's been berated a couple of times by teammates, and the trouble is in games like this you can hear everything. I think Lovell's giving him a rocket. Max Amar's giving him a rocket. I think Luke O'Neill gave him a rocket. Holy handed one out to Oldacre. There's just too many that are coasting through the game at the moment, but it looks like Billy Bingham's coming on at half time.
And it is Ogilvie, we think, yes.
It doesn't look like Conor Ogilvie's come out, does it?
It looks
So
like
it looks
Ogilvie's
like we're going to revert to a diamond with Barry Fuller back at left back.
I think he took a blow to the ribs, didn't we?
I think it was Holy when it caught him.
Yeah.
But we need something to change it, and we need to get on the front foot and get the ball on the deck as well.
The longer this goes on, you can see Hartlepool are growing in confidence.
100%.
Yeah, because we need it. You know, some of them, as you say, are coasting. And a few of them need to, you know, to step up a little bit because Hartlepool have been special.
But
they're trying to play
probably
football.
couldn't tell the difference between who's the League One side and who's the National League side.
And they're trying to play football, Hartlepool.
Yeah, like you said, the longer this goes on, it's just had the feel of two Brackley own performances and Carlisle last season written all over it, unfortunately. But let's hope we can improve second half and get this done. But yeah, just about to get underway, Neil.
Let's say a little bit disappointed with the reaction at half time. You know, awful, dreadful. It wasn't that bad, but you know, the problem is
2-0 down, then you could understand it.
But the problem is you can hear the comments from the fans and this sort of thing.
So that means that we can hear it, players can hear it.
Yeah, it's not going to help.
But second half's just about to get underway, and it can't get a lot worse. Dave, 8 minutes gone second half, we've created more in them 8 minutes than we did entirely in the first half, and it's a better game for us, isn't it? Billy Bingham's made a difference, getting us back to the diamond.
I mean, Hanlon got in down the left, outside of the foot cross.
Just
shot.
missed the far post,
Just missed the far post. Charles just couldn't get a touch on it. Been in behind a couple of times.
Hanlon's just got in behind and he slipped as he went to shoot, unfortunately.
But they've had a good chance as well. Good save from Holy.
Yeah, then Max Amar helped him out with the clearance afterwards. We've just been sloppy with it again, unfortunately.
But it's a much better game second half.
That's not a bad ball. Eaves is onside here. We'll stay with this if we can, if we can keep it in, which he has. And we've got to throw in the corner by the rain and men. Still 0-0 with 54 on the clock. Close box, Barry. Well done. There's a wrong angle to cross it from there, wouldn't it? Hanlon's done well to rescue that. Goes out wide to Luke O'Neill. It's going to go out for a throw into them, unfortunately. Just when we think we're trying to build up their esteem. Just starting to get on top again. Here will be Dave Corner now, near side, which Luke O'Neill's going to take in swinging.
Intensity's been a
on
lot
top
better.
without creating a clear-cut chance. Oh, not a short one. Please don't be a short one.
Come on, Gills.
No, you're right not to. You're right not to.
Oh, he's overcooked that, hasn't he? Tom Eaves is having to rescue that. From the DJ edge of the box. He's done well, creating a bit of space. It's going to go box. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Good. Come on, carry on.
Max Amar, DJ. Oh, that's a slap. Keith comes this side. Full out to Regan Charles Cook. Luke O'Neill.
Go on, Luke.
Inbox.
Back to Charles Cook. Come on.
Inbox. Get it inbox. Good.
This is good. It's good patient stuff, this. Don't mind this. That's a better delivery. Max Amar. Yes. Oh, Keith smothered it. Best passenger player I think we've put together all game, isn't it, Dave?
Nice and patient. Create the opening. Good ball in from Luke O'Neill. Just not enough pace on it. Ema just sort of scuffed ahead at the end.
Yeah, sort of headed it against the centre half, didn't he, unfortunately, but it is a lot more promising with an hour on the clock. Yes, that's good defending in fairness. Charles Cook, 50 pence edge. And they've got it clear again. Where we've gone short, Luke O'Neill. Has to be good. That's not bad at all. There's a foul, Brandon Allen shut the centre half over. It's frustrating again, isn't it? 68 minutes on the clock, still 0-0. Starting to get a bit of momentum in here. Corner from Bingham, good delivery. Just above Burns' head. You have to make that, Luke O'Neill.
Did well.
Stay with it, see if we can build again. Barry Fuller at left back. Tom Eaves has come short. And he's lost out here. No, he's done really well to get it back, to be fair to him. At least he's in. If Regan Charles Cook, that's good feet.
Oh, yes.
It's unlucky. Sit out for a throw.
It's gone! It's gone, Brett!
That definitely has. It's a throw in now, just in our half. 75 minutes gone, but it's still goal short again. Charles Cook's got Old Dacre into the box. He's had a.
Oh!
It's ended up.
He's been shocking today.
Yeah, it's not been his best game, unfortunately. It's he's hit the front man too often, and every time he's tried something, what you might label Hollywood, it's been too easy to defend.
He's just gone on the periphery as well, isn't it?
Worth. I mean, there's only 11 minutes left. It might have been worth getting Dean Parrott on, but how long you give him, you can't really affect the game, can you?
No, exactly.
Which is a bit annoying.
I think we're stuck with what we got now, yeah?
I think it looks like it might be that one. It's whether we can pinch one in the last 10 minutes plus injury time. Into injury time here, long throw, cleared again. Substitute's going to hack it. Oh, they're playing for the draw, aren't they? Booted it into their fans. Thomas Oley, keep that on if you can. Take the throw on. He's done that, well done.
Oh, what is that, boys?
Oh, just let him have another try, shall we? So frustrating today. This has been really, really average, hasn't it? What we got left? A minute, Dave?
Yeah, if that, it has been absolutely dreadful. By and large.
Again, we started all right second half and then it quickly revolted to this, just long, big, hopeful balls again.
And yet again.
That's a foul and all.
Yeah.
Free kick, 25, 30 yards out with about 30 seconds to play.
And they're play acting and we're buying it. The referee's buying
the one, unfortunately, as much as we moan at opposition players, like on Tuesday night they were time wasting, if the referee sorts it out straight away, it stops happening, but they allow it to happen until the last minute and then it doesn't mean anything.
3 minutes was a disgrace.
The lad Noble's been rolling around for at least 15 minutes, hasn't he?
Exactly.
I think he's basically an amputee now and he's lost both legs in the centre circle.
Yeah. Do you know what? Even remembering Sunday, I tell you what, you know, and he's rolling around like that, he should be ashamed of himself.
Still hobbling about now, bless him. Darren Oldacre, but this is going to have to be good for him. So it's better than the one Tuesday night against Blackpool that was closer to me. Surely not. Jim, take care, mate. Full time at the Medway Priestfield this afternoon. I'm not sure what happened to the magic of the cup. Someone made the quality disappear, unfortunately. That's about the only magic trick that's happened this afternoon. That was as dire can be, unfortunately. I said at half time and you said that we didn't agree with the boos at the interval, but I think it's probably more justified at full time. It didn't really get a lot better, did it? There was a
first 10 seconds was about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we had 5 minutes of quality and then it quickly descended into hoofball and long hopeful diagonals again, unfortunately.
I mean, we both agreed with the ratings, didn't we?
We've not got higher than 6.5 today. It was a bang average performance at best. And
probably standouts Byrne and
Barry Fuller
again. He's been
Mr. Consistent at the moment. Yeah, I thought we said at half time the three centre backs and Mark Byrne were probably the best of an average bunch, and it didn't really change a lot second half. I felt really sorry for the front two, who just
isolated, weren't they?
90 minutes chasing
scraps, hopeful balls.
Wasn't even that good, was it?
No, it's just dreadful. I mean, we just seem to struggle against teams that put two banks across, don't they? I've said this all the time that I think Lovell lacks a plan B. I mean, if teams come on to us, we'd be better on the break. That's why we've got
because we can play into open spaces that are left from them trying to push on, and
that's why we play better away from home. You know, I just think we reverted to the long diagonals very, very early, and Hartlepool, quite a big team. And
they had three massive centre halves and they just headed it out the sky all the time, and it was too easy to play against because everything's in front of their defenders.
Absolutely, no one broke the lines, did they? No one actually brought the ball to.
Literally can't remember once where we've actually got in behind and got to the byline at all. It was well, I've tweeted and said we can't dress it up as anything other than a very poor performance.
And now we've got an extra game away on a
Which is
Tuesday night at Hartlepool, of all places.
as far as you can go in England without actually crossing into the border and it becoming a
Particularly
Scottish
if
Premier League game.
I mean, fair play, Hartlepool. The irony of it is Hartlepool down in Kent 4
Yeah,
times in a
4
month,
times, and then we've got to go all the way out there, and
yeah.
chances are we'll
Dear.
get beat.
Hey ho.
Unfortunately, our record in replays against non-league sides recently is nothing short of appalling. But
You
it's
can't really
done.
pick the bones out of it because there's no bones to pick.
There was not a lot to talk about. This is not the longest of Matchday lives. It was 0-0. It was a game devoid of any sort of real quality, any sort of real chances. But as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, up the Gills.